So California is an interesting state. It's big, extremely diverse, and it's the 5th largest economy in the world. If you're thinking about moving here, there are a few things you should know first. So today I'm here to talk to you about the top 10 things to know before you move to Southern California. Hi everyone, I'm Mike Tilford, a California real estate agent and a Southern California native. Let's jump right into this. First things first, despite what a lot of people think from out of state, Southern California is much more than just Los Angeles. The population of the city of Los Angeles is just shy of 4 million people, and the greater Los Angeles County has around 10 million people, compared to an estimated 24 million people living in Southern California. So even if you're talking the broader LA County, less than half the population actually lives here. Here in California, we love our sports. In California as a whole, there are 19 professional sports teams. That's just counting MLB, NBA, WNBA, NFL, NHL, and MLS. Of those 19, 12 of those are located in Southern California. Another thing we love in California is our rivalries. And if you're located in the Los Angeles area, it's Dodgers or Angels, and it's Lakers or Clippers. I actually think that it might be illegal to like them all. Speaking of rivalries, Southern California and Northern California are quite different. California is so big that it could easily be 2 different states at least. There have been 220 different proposals to do just that since California's founding in 1850, but so far, none have gained much traction. So what of this rivalry between the North and the South? Well, for the most part, it's all in good fun, and there isn't much, if any, real animosity between the two halves of the state. Northern California is full of major tech companies and startups, think Silicon Valley, where in Southern California it's mostly about entertainment. Have you ever heard of a little place called Hollywood? Another big reason why Nor Cal is jealous of us here in SoCal, on most days of the year the sun comes out. You can't really say the same about Northern California, and all around our weather is pretty awesome. If you're into rain, fog,
gloom, endless, inescapable darkness,
I suppose you'd be much happier up in NorCal. See, the average daily temperature in Los Angeles during the heart of winter is between 68 and 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Talk about cold. Do you like the beach? How about the mountains? How would you like to go surfing in the morning and snowboarding in the afternoon? Well, we've got that too. A drive from Santa Monica Beach to Mount Baldy Resort is less than an hour and a half, assuming you don't hit any traffic. Speaking of surfing, Southern California has some of the nicest beaches in the country. Malibu, Santa Monica, Zuma, Coronado, Venice. Do these names ring any bells? Well, they should. They're all amazing beaches and easily accessible for those living around Los Angeles. Do you remember that old show called Baywatch? They recently made it into a movie. I'm sure you haven't seen it. The original show was filmed at a lot of the same beaches that I just mentioned. Before I get into the final 5, I just want to remind you all that I am a real estate agent working out here in Southern California. This is my full-time job, this is how I support myself and my family, and I would love if you could do me a small favor. Please take a moment and think about whether you know someone who is planning on moving to Southern California in the near future. And if you do, would you be so kind as to either send them this video or send them my contact information? Now let's get back to it. We get earthquakes. Actually, we get a lot of earthquakes. Hey, California gets around 10,000 earthquakes every year. Sounds scary, right? Well, most earthquakes are in the range of magnitude 2.0 to 3.9, which you can't really feel. Major earthquakes are a lot less common, and when they do occur, they can result in significant property damage, but typically they don't cause many deaths. So although earthquakes sound scary to those who have never felt one, historically, they aren't very deadly. Same goes for wildfires. If you watch the news any time in the last few years, you're probably aware that California suffers from wildfires. This isn't a new problem, but lately it seems that wildfires have become more abundant and more devastating. Similar to earthquakes, they can result in significant property damage, but they don't typically cause a significant loss of life. California is big. I mean, it's really big. It's around 770 miles long and up to 250 miles wide. It's the 3rd largest state in the US behind Alaska and Texas. To put that into perspective, if California were a country, it would be the 59th largest in the world. That's larger than both Germany and Japan, just not together. Because of its size, California has one of the most diverse climates in the US. Some amazing national parks. In fact, California has 9 national parks. That's more than any other state in the country. In Northern California, we've got Redwood National Park and of course, Yosemite National Park. And in Southern California, we have Death Valley National Park and Joshua Tree National Park. As you could probably guess, there are a lot of celebrities that live in Southern California, but if you're planning on heading down to Hollywood to check out some movie stars, you're likely to be disappointed. Although Hollywood is the quintessential movie town, few celebrities actually live there. You're much more likely to run into a celebrity in the ritzier areas around Hollywood. You should check out Beverly Hills, Malibu, Brentwood, to name a few. And if you do happen to run into a celebrity, just remember, although they're famous, they're just people, so be nice and remember they don't owe you a picture or an autograph. So a little about me. I lived in East Asia for 10 years, and the one thing that made me homesick the most was the lack of good Mexican food. Southern California really does it right, and after growing up eating it multiple times a week, it really was a huge loss. The key is to stay out of the major chain restaurants and stay away from Mexican fast food. For the absolute best Mexican food, eat at your local mom and pop restaurants, and if you're in a more urban area, food trucks are outstanding as well. Last but not least, I can't make a video about Southern California and not mention In-N-Out Burger. There is no restaurant that is more California than In-N-Out. Burgers, fries, and shakes, simple yet tasty. It is a staple among many SoCal natives and holds a special place in many of our childhoods. But just a quick note when eating out at In-N-Out. Eat in your car or at the restaurant. This may be an unpopular opinion, but the burgers don't travel very well, and they're just not the same if you wait to eat them. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and if you think I've left anything out that someone moving to Southern California should know, please leave it below in the comments section. Once again, I'm a real estate agent working here in Southern California, and if you or anyone you know is looking to buy or sell real estate, I would be happy to talk with you about it. Feel free to reach out to me at any time.